Amazing Digital Circus spoiler review. But at the same time, first I want to start off with the theater experience was really amazing, right? The guy who did Smiling in France talk at the beginning, giving basically the intro to the fans who went to the theaters, basically saying, "Hey, a meta joke of like, if you ever watched episodes 1 through 7, you're cooked. You're cooked, buddy. You got 30 seconds to check it out." And then obviously, they show episode 8 or whatnot. It was really cool to see episode 8 in theaters. So start off episode 9, W intro. Like, that was genius. Having the song from the pilot basically play again, but it just feeling more emptier, and you see how scared they are, and it comes also together with the outro too, because the outro of the episode is similar to the outro of the first pilot. But we'll get into that.
It was very emotional
Very emotional.
episode. Like,
Yeah.
you really see, if you want to see what an emotion looks like when people are in a state of hopelessness,
Mm-hmm.
that episode right there is the epitome of that moment of feeling hopelessness.
Yeah.
And the person that ended up getting distracted, I already knew. I had a freaking feeling. We both called
He
it.
was I don't know if I called it,
I called
but
it.
he was the mentally weakest. So
He was mentally the weakest. We did say that in our last show.
that he was
Because they
mentally
weak as heck. And you even pointed it
I
out.
don't say
too.
weak as heck. It was a pretty messed up situation, but
Well, after we watched later on in the episode, but we'll get to that.
yeah, it was like really unexpected because everybody was really breaking down fast, and I ain't expecting them to break down that fast. I have a little bit of an issue with some speed of certain emotional moments, but I do still see what they were going for with those emotional moments. I do think they still hit with the biggest ones, but like I get why everybody was so worried, but I feel like everybody kind of lost hope super fast.
They did.
A little bit, in my opinion. Everybody's like tripping. Everybody's not finger licking, right? Everybody's going through their own pain and suffering in their head, and then you have a situation where Pomni, she basically does exactly what I said in my short. Shameless plug myself. My short would be here, right? Where I basically stated Pomni's going to realize that she's the hero that everybody needs, and I called it.
You called it. You called it.
I called it. I guess because as a writer, that's what I would have did the same.
Fresh 2000 has stroking again.
Writing with Fresh 2000. Yeah. Hit it out the park, baby.
He hit out the park with
Like
that
regular
one.
playing baseball, but yeah.
And there was another theory that he came up with that he ended up proving, but we're going to discuss that later in the video.
I think it was a theory that me and you had just talked about. I don't think I ever made a video on it, but it was a theory I had right before the movie, regarding Caine. It was very
it was
emotional.
multiple things that you called out that ended up showing up in the movie. And I was like, baby, so
I know it didn't show up.
Genius.
It didn't show up in the way I thought it was gonna show up, but
it happened nonetheless.
In a roundabout way. I guess I was thinking, how would I write? That's what came up with that. So basically, we have everybody breaking down Kinger, right?
Yeah.
Now, this is my thoughts on the Kinger situation. I do think Kinger should have had a bit more characterization. I feel like looking back, he's a bit underutilized in episode 9. I would have liked to see more of his like mental frame about the fact that he's the reason they're in there.
Yeah, and more background story because it's like, with episode 8 when it showed him and his wife, it just cut.
Yeah.
Like it didn't really get into deeper detail.
I get why they had him be so mentally strong, but it'd be interesting to see Kinger break down a little bit as well,
He probably already broke it down so bad after the situation with his wife, so he probably was like, he already went through that phase. So it's like at this point, what has he got to lose? He's got nothing to lose.
Yeah. So Kinger basically is trying to conjure things like a sorcerer, like Sorcerer Kinger. And Pomni comes in to help. They have a great time, great speech where Pomni has to realize what type of hero she is. Next thing you know,
I wouldn't say hero. I would say Kinger made her realize the strength that was deep buried inside her that she didn't realize that she had, but she has shown it. Like Kinger was basically let her know, hey, like for you to do all this, to be able to adjust into this environment quicker than anybody else that have ever been in the digital circus, you are a lot stronger than you think you are. And you was put here for a reason. You was put here for a purpose. Shout out to my girl Pomni.
So from y'all.
To let her know the strength that she got inside herself to use that, to use the gifts that was already inside her all along to be able to help people in a dark time, in a dark situation. And that's what it was. She just needed someone to tell her, like, hey, you can do this. Like, you already got it in you. It's time for you to do it.
Right.
Like, do it afraid if you have to. It's okay to have human emotions and to feel fear and being afraid of everything. But don't let that stop you from doing what you need to do to help people. Do it afraid.
Yeah, do it afraid. Yeah.
Just do it afraid.
Do it afraid.
Shout out to Caine for that conversation on that.
And then next thing you know, boom. Jax.
Which way am I pointing?
I know it be.
What in God's...
You gotta do it this way.
What in...
He's pointing at Pomni.
What in... R.I.P.
Jax had Abstracted.
R.I.P.
Jax had Abstracted within like what was it? Maybe 7, 8
30
minutes.
seconds.
Maybe in 8 minutes.
30 seconds digital circus time.
Because everybody comes together helping each other. Jax being a dipshit like always. Annoying. I'm sorry. I did feel bad for him later, but we'll get into that. But he still was annoying as always. 9 episodes of being annoying. Jax was annoying as always. He wouldn't even help.
I was pissed.
He was just over there like, I'm so emo. Whatever, but.
And it just ended up proving my theory. Like, he about to be the first to be Abstracted. I already know. And lo and behold, he got Abstracted.
Jax is definitely
with his crazy tail.
Jax is definitely an interesting character.
I'm still pissed at you, Jax. I'm still pissed at you.
Yeah, you heard that. Yeah, you heard that, Jax.
I'm still pissed.
Jax.
Like, why would you do that? You weak.
You Jackson it up, man. You Jackson it up.
You Jackson my heart, man.
Jax toy, just a toy of my joy. I say I'm sorry, but there's nothing more to. You don't get that right. But yeah, Jax had Abstracted within like the first
30 seconds.
However many minutes of the movie. That was insane stuff right there. Like, I was like, dang, they just extracted him off screen, like.
Yeah,
but then
that's what surprised me. I was like, why did they extract him off screen?
But you know what? They went back and they showed his story and stuff, and it really worked though. It worked. I was like, I don't like this, but I appreciate where they went with Jax after that. So after that, basically, Pomni goes looking for Jax, because they came with a plan what to do with Jax. She turns off the lights because, like Kinger said, when he was with his wife, whenever he was in darkness, his wife seemed to have calmed down a bit. That's what he states in episode 3. So she calms she calms down Jax. And honestly, I ain't gonna lie, I'm not a Funnybunny fan, but I get it after this movie. I ain't gonna lie, I get it. They was very close and intimate. I think I ship it platonically though, more than anything else. Like I ship them platonically, not romantically. I think Jax obviously even more so proven had a lot of mental issues and like emotional issues that he needed a lot of therapy for and a lot of therapy and a lot of life lessons to learn stuff before he gets in type of relationship.
He probably needed to go to church too. I said church.
Church. Yeah,
I said church.
Jax needs to pray, man. Jax needs religion in his life or something.
No, not religion. Jax need therapy. Jax need church. Jax need meditation.
He needs love. He got love. And he fucking okay. He jaxed it up. He got love and he kept jaxing it up. So we see Jax's like different people, whatever, his different sides or whatnot. Probably a representation of like a tool to dots or something, or deep dots he has. So apparently Jackson and Gangle. Disgusting. Do not ship it. I'm sorry.
Wait. He was into Gangle?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure all those different Jacks, all the different doors was maybe like
That door. I forgot. Let's get to the door scene before we go deep into his backstory.
So Jax is a criminal. Jax is a piece of human something. He's something else because this man, I don't know what was going through with these doors. I don't know if like
it shows like different sides to him.
Yeah, like one of them he wanted to choke Pomni. That was crazy. Like
I think that's his rage.
Rage side.
Rage side.
You know, it's like I wonder if there's a part of him that does want to harm her.
Yeah. Not necessarily just harm Pomni specifically, but just that rage.
Like, how dare you care about me? And then
because like once you get deeper to his story, it shows why he has all this anger inside him. So
yeah. And then it was really cool, the sequences and stuff, you know. It was like a cartoon sequence of Zubo and stuff and all these different styles. Gango acting like her manager self. And I think Jax has a crush on Gango or something. I don't know what's going on there.
I think so, because if you notice with two of the doors, it shows like an alternate universe. What would happen if either Zubo or Gango are distracted? With Zubo being distracted,
Basically putting on funny mask face.
And Jazz gave her a key to his room, like, you better come on over here tonight.
Yeah, so basically Jax is a schoolboy. You know, how schoolboys bully the people they're into.
Yeah. That's what he was doing with Gango.
That's what he's doing with Gango. And there was like all types of cartoon scenes and stuff. The Zubo one with Zubo was like,
You took out the only person I love.
Yeah, Zubo wanted revenge.
It's gonna be a lot.
I know. But the spoiler review ain't coming until a minute though.
I know. So you'll have time to edit all this. Future Fresh.
So we saw different doors with Jax. We saw multiple different Jax, which was very interesting. I think those are also different sides of Jax.
They're different sides of Jax.
One is Jax's feminine side, which I think relates to how with his father wanted him to be so masculine and manly and stuff, and that gave his insecurities. That show, you know, he had the maid outfit and stuff. Daisy is canon, by the way. Daisy is canon. Y'all know who Daisy is, you know. The Jax theory. You know, because the egg, you know, Daisy is basically the name people gave, you know, T-form Jax.
I'm confused.
T-form Jax. You know what happened with Zubu? What Zubu is? T-form Jax. You know. Yeah. Okay. Daisy is what the fans, people who have that theory that Jax was, you know, like Zubu. What they call him? They call him Daisy. That's like a fandom thing. Some people had that theory already, and they called him Daisy. So Jax was the Maid outfit, and the Maid outfit, he was like, I don't like this. I'm just wearing this ironically. I'm dressing like a girl just because of a joke. When the actual truth is, you know, inside him likes, you know, feminine things and stuff. I don't remember every single form of Jax there was. Do you remember all of them? I know it was a Jax playing piano.
Yeah, Jax playing piano.
Was chained
so
up.
he basically musically gifted, even though he says he only knows how to play 2 songs.
Yeah.
The Rage Jax and then the Feminine Jax. The other one
was like depressed and just looking like this the whole time. There was one that just he wasn't on screen that much, but he was just like looking just like he looks like how Jax looks when Jax does that like face where he's just like a deer in the headlights. Jax gives Pomni a key or whatnot. Pomni goes to the door, and this right here, these two right here. Please move for a sec. These two right here. Oh.
This right here.
These two right here.
These two right here.
Best scene in the entire movie.
The best.
The best scene.
The best.
After that, I ain't gonna lie, after that I kind of zoned out a little bit.
I knew you was gonna say that.
I did just a little bit because that scene was so good.
I can tell you did.
That scene was so good that just everything else after that I didn't even think about like that. I was just so stuck in that scene and how they made me cry. I was actually crying. Yeah, I cried. It was like a tear that rolled down my eye. Because I still was mad at nigga. But but part of me also, a part of me was like, cause we see the backstory with Jax, right? We see the backstory, and Jax has constantly been given chances, and he constantly pushes people away. So part of me was like, right? But another part of me was like, oh, Jaxie, cool. That's how my feelings were. It was complicated. But that scene with Pomni and Jax was absolutely amazing. Ribbit, and if anything, Jax I ship Ribbit and Jax.
Yeah, 100%.
Honestly,
100%.
Cosmo was a dirt wheel. Poor Cosmo, bro.
No, they were all like a group of friends, and then
Cosmo was a dirt wheel. Let's be honest, that nigga was.
They were a group of friends. It's just, and not only that, it never explicitly said if they even were romantically interested in each other.
Hey, listen. The way Ribbit.
But I'm gonna be real though. I'm gonna be real. How many of y'all would sit in the girls, fellas?
Yo, she was like more laid back.
Fellas, talk to me for a second. How many of y'all will be sitting in the girls' bedroom alone and you ain't romantically interested in her? I need to see comments in the conversation right now.
Yeah.
How many of y'all will actually sit in a girl's bedroom by yourself and you not romantically interested in her? Leave a comment right now. I'll wait.
So great POV, by the way. Like the POV of us being Jax was really interesting.
That was so cool.
That was so interesting and cool, and it
gave it more feeling to the story.
It did a great job of making us be in his shoes, so to speak, right? He doesn't wear shoes, but you know what I'm saying.
His shoes.
Yeah.
Feeling what he feeling. Yeah. I felt like I was taking in his emotions.
I just thought about it. They're both animals that hop. I didn't think about that. They're both animals that hop. I don't care.
Frags and frogs.
Frogs and rabbits.
Aren't they vegetarian?
I don't know.
Google it now.
Jack's one of them frog legs.
Cozies. So basically, he had flashbacks of what happened to Ribbit, what actually happened to Ribbit, and why she got distracted in the first place. And I was just like, Jax, you're an idiot. You are an idiot. I love you, Jax, but you're an idiot. I need to, like, seriously, he needs therapy.
Oh yeah, and something that was really funny. I know everybody laughed when they heard it because it, like I don't know if you picked up on this. A moment that was really funny that everybody laughed at in the movie theaters. Pomni said, "I can fix you."
Like when she said "fix it," I was like, "Girl, you sound like one of those girls back in like in high school that's so desperate to be with a man."
Yeah, or it's a lot of grown women like that too.
That's what I said.
Everybody started laughing. Everybody started laughing when they heard that.
I was like, "Girl, you sound like most of them grown women that's so desperate to be with a man because they don't want to be alone." Yeah. Ladies, please don't be like that. For the love of God, please don't. Don't.
Yeah, everybody started laughing when she said that.
Because everybody at one point heard a female say something like that. I can fix you. No, you can't. You can't fix nothing.
Yeah, everybody started laughing in the movies.
Because they heard somebody at some point say something like that. At some point in their lives.
She's delusional. But anyways,
yeah, like, haha, that's cute, honey.
So many people were so nice to Jackson, he just kept making them worse. He calls Cosmo and Ribbit to extract.
And that's why he kept saying, "Oh, so y'all gonna say it was my fault?"
It was your fault!
I was gonna say, nobody said it was your fault, bruh. But he said it, though.
I said it, Jax.
I didn't say it. He said it. Nobody in the digital circus said it, but he said it. The man in the real world, he said it. Mm-hmm. He said it.
Yeah. And I'm having my digital copy take him down. I'm gonna get you, Jax. My digital copy.
But he's already extracted, though.
Oh,
You
yeah, I'm
can't
sorry.
do nothing
Yeah, I'm
with him.
sorry. But yeah,
I was hoping a little bit. I was hoping that maybe Poppy would be able to bring him back to his regular self, but unfortunately she didn't.
Nope, she couldn't.
Which I don't understand why. Why couldn't they?
Why? Human nature. Why? Why do you extract this way?
I just don't understand.
Yeah, that was really sad though. As much as
That broke my heart a bit.
as much as Jax was a bad person, his whole storyline he told what happened with his mom, with Ribbit really was sad. And you see how human he is and how his father and his mother and his living
His father ate crap.
and his living situation really affected, who he is now as a person. And he opens up the Ribbit. Ribbit basically gives him the flower, making the Daisy Dairy true. Um, you know,
Well, a bowl. It was a bowl from her.
about making the Daisy Dairy true to a degree that Jax is at least in the feminine days at least, right? And it was kind of like the scene, like this is why we said we ship Ribbit and well, I say I like ship Ribbit and Jax, is because she's all leaned back, invited to the room. Cosmo, he's telling Cosmo come back later, and all this and that, right? But yeah, they talking and stuff later on. Jax calls a distraction, and Jax is like crying and stuff. He's like, I'm a terrible person. You're not supposed to love me, see me as human. I'm awful. I know I'm awful. And it's so heartbreaking because it's like, damn, you see the so human side to him. And it's like, finally, Jax is actually like, you see Jax fully admitting and showing he knows what type of person he is. And some people have probably felt that way before. Obviously, maybe people haven't done things as bad as Jax, maybe. But people have definitely probably felt that way before, where it's like, they felt like they did something bad, and then it's like, they just felt like a piece of crap. Plenty of people probably can sadly relate to that because there's plenty of guys who went through, had bad living environments and they end up being, crappy adults. And that's what happened with Jax. So that scene right there really hit me emotionally. I was actually crying. I was actually crying.
Oh, baby.
I was actually crying. I was like, damn, bro. My eyes were watering. My eyes were watering, man. Like, my eyes were actually watering, bro.
Dang.
And after that, Jax was like, I don't want to go. I don't want to go. I don't want to go. And Pomni's just hugging him. And man, that shit hit
He
different.
didn't want to go where though. That's the thing. I didn't understand.
He didn't want to lose himself completely, he didn't want to lose himself completely and just be gone. And yeah, next thing we know, we see Caine. That was super interesting. You want to go into the Caine a little bit?
Caine. It proved the theory that we came up with yesterday off screen, where we was like, that dude is in a recycling bin somewhere, because we know how computers work, right?
We didn't say it.
You
We didn't say it
delete. We didn't say it on screen. We said it off screen.
Yeah, off screen. I came up with the idea that Caine is gonna restore the circus. Now I was wrong about that. Well, I guess he kind of did restore the circus. I guess in a way of like making it better for them.
Yes.
But I thought he was gonna completely repair the circus, and that's how they were gonna be able to escape. That King was gonna control Caine or something. I thought he was just gonna be in a recycle bin and be brought back.
He was in a recycle bin because we all know how computer works. You delete something, it don't just automatically be gone. It goes into the trash, the recycling bin, and you get to decide if you want to recover it or not. Well, so couple interesting things end up happening. Tell about it.
So first off, now I'm thinking about it, it's kind of sad that Caine got a chance to change and not Jax. So Caine basically, he has a whole existential crisis. He realizes, what he's done wrong and things of that nature, right? And he does all these interesting things. It was really cool how they were switching back and forth between how it looks, as an actual computer system of him, formulating things, creating things, and getting back to the circus, and also how it looks, from the normal view of what we see.
Created shapes and stairs.
Yeah.
He could create the same shapes twice, so you have to do like a pattern, like he's solving a piece of a puzzle. Because one thing about Kate, he's always talking about solving things, solving a puzzle. Well, he was creating a staircase to be able to lead to where he wanted to go, like a puzzle.
Yep, like a puzzle. So that's how it was with that. That was really interesting and awesome. I love that scene.
That was so cool. And you could tell also after Caine's demeanor was like a completely 180.
Which I did like, but I guess what it is that I don't think it was bad. It's just something about it was a little bit off for me. And maybe it's because we never really seen Caine. Okay, we seen Caine have mental breakdowns and have deeper thoughts before, but we never seen Caine take responsibility before this point. And so that's why, for me, it felt like maybe it's because I had a preceding notion of Caine. Not that Caine didn't have like human-like qualities, right? I knew Caine wasn't just this more evil character. I knew he was tormented and all this and that. That was obvious from the standpoint because he wanted to be with the humans. He wanted to be understood with the humans and be one of them and be whole with them.
So here's the thing, a little thing I was a little confused about, right? Remember episode 8, it showed the red dot.
Okay, yeah.
And then the blue dot. Mm-hmm. So the one that was like talking evil, like, he abandoned us. And then he takes a blue orb out of his head. And it was the same blue orb that was in episode 8. So it makes me think, okay, was this another entity that was corrupted Caine?
I thought that too.
This is the real Caine right now with his calm demeanor. Maybe he got corrupted because it made it seem like in the beginning scene of episode 8 that Caine corrupted the blue dot.
I know.
But it seems like to be the opposite of that.
Yeah, I was confused.
And that threw me off. I was like, wait a minute.
I was confused. I
thought Caine was, yeah, he did some messed up stuff, but now I'm like, did Caine corrupt, or did the blue orb was the one that corrupted Caine the whole time?
That's why I was confused. I was confused.
I was confused about that.
I was confused if it was implying that once Caine took Abel out, he wasn't destroyed anymore, or if just having those two sides of him fight against each other was really what was messing with his mind because of the fact that the side that Abel was like, let me go, let me go, let me go, let me go. And Abel was like, you know what? I should let you go from. And Cain was like, you know what? I should let you go from the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
I'm taking out my mouth.
No, he. Oh yeah, it was the mouth. Yeah.
Technically, everything's a mouth. Mm-hmm. Say everything's a mouth and eyeballs when it comes to Cain.
He's really taking accountability for what he's done.
Yep, just slap.
And he's more calmer. I'm like, I like.
Yeah. I'm sorry, guys.
I'm sorry. I'll get to that in a moment. He is being so unserious right now.
Hey, this is Caine.
You're messing with my head. Stop it. Stop it.
Anyway. Get your girl, dog. Inside reference.
So I like seeing that side of Caine, showing that he does have redeeming qualities. I did enjoy that. I was like, I like that. I like that because I didn't want to hate Caine completely. I didn't want to hate him. Yes, he did some messed up stuff, but I was hoping like, okay, maybe he'll actually try to help and fix this.
He was always a tormented soul, so
yeah, a lonely, tormented AI.
Yeah. So after that, Caine basically apologizes. They accept him way too fast, though. They accept him way too fast.
They accept him completely. Zubo was like, "We can't."
You know what? To be fair, they already felt bad for Caine being gone. But I think in a way they saw Caine as a victim too.
Mm-hmm.
They knew that Caine didn't wish to be there. He didn't choose to be there. He didn't choose to be created for this purpose.
Yeah.
And so I think Caine, they did feel bad for Caine.
At that point, all they really got is each other at this point.
Right. Yeah.
So it's like,
yeah.
What they got to lose at this point?
Right. And you see, like, when Caine got deleted, they wasn't like cheering or nothing. It was just like, oh wow, that happened. That's crazy.
Yeah.
He reveals to them the craziest thing ever. And this
is a theory that I'm just about to learn about because I'm like, what is the freaking theory that the fans talked about?
The theory that some fans have for a long time was that whenever they had put on these headsets, it created digital copies of them. Digital copies of them that are existing in digital circuits while the real version of them are walking around their life in the real world. That's a theory that some fans had. That when they put on these headsets, it's created digital copies of them.
Yeah, I mentioned about virtual reality.
But then they took it off and they don't even know that when they put their headset on, that it created like these digital copies. They don't even know.
And was it through brain scanning?
I don't know, because like when Pomni first came in, she was like, "How do I take this headset off?" So there's is exact digital copies of them. This is really messed up and dark when you think about it. But there's exact digital copies of them with the same memories, the same mindset, the same mannerisms as the people at the time of coming in there. And so they don't know this whole time they're digital copies. They think they're the real people who got trapped inside the circus. It's really messed up when you think about it.
What?
That's basically what happened. So
it's not the real them that's in there.
It's not
That's
the real them.
digital copies of them.
Digital copies of them. Digital copies. The real them.
I'm done.
The real them.
I'm done.
The real them is living their life in present day. Living their life in present day. The real them is living their life in present day.
And that's what Caine showed though in that video.
You can land it. But yeah.
That's what Caine showed though.
Yeah, that's basically what Caine showed in the video. Because remember they was talking about, they were saying their real names, they were showing their real selves.
Make this thumbnail, please.
They were showing their real selves and all that, right? It was some crazy stuff right there, man. Really, really crazy stuff.
So, hold up.
Because basically, right, when basically Caine was saying, okay, these are your names. This is what your life is right now. He wasn't. He can't tell the future. He can't show the future. He was like, this is your life right now. This is you right now. I mean, this is your. It's complicated to explain it, but this is you right now. This is the you that you were.
Because there was a scene where he was stuck in there, where he was grabbing. You know what? He was grabbing information about them on social media. Mm-hmm. He grabbed all that information.
And that's when they realized they were digital copies. Now, for me, I wasn't a fan of how they wasn't distraught about this information. Like, for people who, well, for the fact they wanted to escape so bad, I'm fine with the ending of them coming together and being like, okay, well, we're stuck here. We're going to make the most out of it. But I'm not fine with the fact they just was like, they didn't really have any type of like emotional turmoil. I guess because the movie was running out time, runtime was running out, but they didn't really have any emotional turmoil about the fact we're digital copies. They were just like, oh, okay, yay! I'm glad a version of ourselves are living nice lives. We may be stuck here forever, but at least a version of ourselves are living nice lives, and we could do whatever we want in the circus. It was weird because they wanted to escape so bad for so long, but then when they revealed this information, it's like, oh my god, oh my god!
I was confused as heck. So that's why I was like.
So basically, yeah, they're digital copies of the original. The original are still out there. Probably put in the headset real quick and was like, okay. And just went about their life, not knowing that they create digital copies of themselves that got stuck there for eternity. So now I would say this. I appreciate the wholesomeness of the ending. I'm a little bit iffy on Caine's ending though.
Happy with Caine.
Feelings about
actually now that I know they're just digital copies, Jax is fine then.
No, well, the real Jax is fine.
That's what I said. The real Jax is fine. Digital copy, it's just digital copies. They're not to me.
No, they're real because they have the human emotions and stuff. They're the ones we know the most about. We don't know. We don't really know about the human original versions. Because in that case, it shouldn't matter anyway because they're cartoon characters. So they're real to us. We know them. They have the same minds and the same mannerisms.
This is messing with my head.
I know, it's crazy. It's like
this is too much.
It's like a brain blast.
God dang it, Glitch.
Freaking Jimmy Neutron. Jimmy Neutron be confused about this.
Let me have this. They're fine in the real world. They're fine.
Yeah, they're fine in the real world.
I'm just gonna say it like this. They're avatars. It's just going through. They just going through it right now. The poor Avatar Jax.
Yeah, so
poor Avatar Jax.
I think it would have been better if everybody got a good ending.
It ain't gonna be a real. I knew somebody was
But
gonna get
to me,
distracted.
I
I
don't know.
knew it.
I don't know how I feel about the fact that Jax didn't get a chance to get better, but Caine
I
did.
was pissed about that.
Especially since I'm still a little bit confused on if it's Caine's fault or not. They're stuck in there. Because to me, at first, it was like, okay, maybe it isn't Caine's fault they're stuck in there because, you know, they randomly went to this random abandoned place probably and put in his headphones, and that's what got him stuck, while Caine just happened to be already in there. But it seemed like Caine knows about them, so I'm wondering, did he found these people and trapped them himself? So, like, that's what was confusing about me. Okay. I'm happy that Caine got to, be happy and stuff, finally get to be seen. But it's really sad that Jax didn't get to change or be better. Never got
I'm very disappointed in that the most that Jax didn't. I was hoping that with Pomni reaching for him, that she would be able to save him and bring him back. I was very disappointed that did happen.
Yeah.
Very disappointed.
Yeah, I'm really iffy on
Very
that.
disappointed.
Yeah, I'm really iffy on Jax.
I'm sorry, I'm disappointed.
Yeah, I'm really iffy on Jax not being able to get a chance to be better.
Even they could have brought back everything. This sucks.
Yeah, I'm really iffy on Caine getting a chance, but not Jax. I'm a little maybe it's not fair to put down Caine. Oh, remind me of something. Oh, did I hit your foot?
Good.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Yeah, I just got excited. That reminds me of something. This was the most unexpected ship to become canon.
Y'all ready for this? And it's a ship.
Y'all see that? Y'all see that white thing up there? What does that remind you of to be in the sky at night? The moon. The moon is Caine. I thought it was just a crack ship, right? Because the moon said, "I love you, Caine." In the first episode, as a throwaway gag, I didn't know it was actually gonna be canon. That was crazy. Like that was the most unexpected ship to be canon. The moon and Caine, bro. Like Caine being like, "I didn't program you to love me." I know.
She was like, I didn't program you to say that, and she was like, I know. At this point, I want to cosplay as the moon and drink that shit.
That'd be Caine.
Yeah, and you became. I want to cosplay as the moon.
That was
putting glitter all over me.
That was the most random ship to become canon, but the most obvious and best ship ever to become canon.
Can y'all take a guess who it is?
It's not Funnybunny. Extragity. Extragity is canon. Peter Confetti. What? Oh yeah. Fresh Princess is canon too though. This ship is canon too.
Yeah. It's ultra canon.
Ultra canon. He'll be married canon too someday. But yeah, Extragity is canon, folks. Zubo finally got the ability.
Hey, remember the episode where she was like, the ability to make love.
Yep, exactly what she
So Caine was like, hey Zubo.
Or Zubo was like, hey Caine, so we cool now, right? You know what I'm saying? We forgave you for torturing us and all this and that, you know what I'm saying? Hey, the show,
the show is over. There ain't no kids around no more.
Like Caine, listen, man. I know you're trying to make amends, right? So can you help me out with something? You know what I'm saying? Zubo mask looking kind of crazy to me. Like I'm feeling that mask. You feel me? Like I got you, bro. Caine was like, I got you. I got you, bro. And then Ragnar just walk around just chilling. It's like, oh.
And all the hearts of the
shoot.
And then the door.
After I got friends owned by Pomni too, this is crazy.
The door, Nessa Gagas was halfway open. And I was like, y'all should have heard me in the movie theater. I was like,
yeah. And gang goes black too.
Black girl, you're black girl, you're black girl.
She's a black comic artist. Black comic writer.
She is in full effect.
You might have been right about how Gang was one of your favorites the whole time. She saw something I didn't see.
It's my sister. I knew that was my sister. I was like, it's just something about Gang.
I don't know. I didn't ever expect
I
the
didn't
game
know
to
what
be
it
like.
was, but now I know.
I didn't
She's
expect-
a nerd like me.
Yeah, I
She's a
expect.
nerd. She's an artist like me.
Mhm.
And she play like me. And she wear glasses too.
And Jax's human design was the most expected. Him being an emo boy.
I thought he was gonna have blonde hair.
What?
Like when he dyed his hair
If I remember,
blonde.
then he dyed his hair when he became like a delivery driver later. Like at the end, then they show his hair dye. Because at first they showed a picture of him showing the middle finger with the black emo hair,
Yeah.
which was expected. Jax, being an emo.
Jax.
Um,
Jax is a straight emo.
So we finally saw everybody's real life human design. It was really cool and interesting. They all meet together, not even knowing the whole time that it's digital copies. It's essential and scary when you think about it.
Now think about it. Did the real life Jax ever get with the real life Ribbit?
Well, we don't know who Human Ribbit is. He never said that,
He never said it.
which makes sense because Ribbit's not even there to
Yeah.
to hear the information.
Yeah.
So Queenie, hey man, shout out to representation. King got him a black queen. We knew she was black,
That is a black wife. I was like,
which was obvious because she's a brown chess piece. But yeah. And King can pull any girl he wants to, anyways, man. That's a great man. That's a great man. That's a great man.
Not me though. I'm taking.
Yeah, Kinger is a great guy. I love Kinger. I love all the characters. I love what their arcs ended up. Jax's I'm a little bit iffy on somewhat, just because I don't know how I feel about Caine getting a chance, but not Jax. But at the same time, I do get it. It was tragic. It was sad, but it made for a good story. It made for a good story, man. It was so interesting to see more Ribbit and Kaufmo, and it was actually really cool. The music,
Yo, the end of music for the last act, it was epic. When I say epic, it was epic.
let's go back to what I was talking about. The ending of the pilot ending with them eating and whatnot, right?
Yep.
And then it zooms out, dun 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 dun,
Dun, dun, dun, dun.
dun 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 dun. Dun. I don't think I'm saying the theme right, but yeah, it ended. The ending of the episode 9 ended the way a pilot ended, and I thought that was so cool and epic.
But a more epic, a more upbeat,
Yeah, Pomni's actually
super
smiling
epic
now.
way.
She's actually smiling now. So even though they're stuck there forever, they can do anything they want. So I guess they'll never run out of. I guess they'll never get bored. I mean, who knows? They may even conjure their family members, which is pretty weird. But they. It's so dark though. It's so dark. It makes it uplifting, but it feels dark. It feels bittersweet.
And you know what? I had a feeling that the ending was going to be bittersweet. I had a feeling because for some reason, most people these days they make endings bittersweet for some reason. It's never the good ending or the bad ending. It's always be like the bittersweet.
Yeah, yeah. The fact they're stuck there forever just feels kind of dark, but at the same time, I mean, they're happy, I guess. But
I give it a 8 out of 10
yeah, I give it like a.
because there was just some parts I was confused about until Babe clarified it for me, and all of that. I wish Jax could have got redeemed, not just Caine. Because dang it, if Caine could get redeemed, then why can't Jax too?
Well, being confused doesn't make something inherently bad.
Well, not but the thing is this, you know me. If I'm gonna watch a movie, I got to be able to understand what's going on. The plot line is very important to me. If I don't get it right away, I gotta take some points off of that.
I give it a 8.3 out of 10.
Yeah.
I love the music. Some parts were a bit fast.
It was a lot going on.
I feel
it
like
was a bit. It should have been a 2 hour movie just to pace it good.
yeah, and then somebody
And just don't even include episode 8. We already saw episode 8 online. They should have just did a 2 hour movie.
no, they went together with because it was like a complete story.
Well, I guess
because at the beginning of episode 8 you got the dots, and then at
because
the end,
the thing is, episode 8 and 9, it was just an hour and 30 minutes. At that point, they should have just made it 2 hours to give it more time for episode 9 to really develop.
Yeah, episode 9 should have been like a legit movie, like at least an hour and 30 minutes.
Because most movies be 2 hours.
Yeah. Right, the hug and Pomni was a bit fast.
Oh, they needed to reconcile because there was no reason why they couldn't.
But I guess it's like also they never was really that close though. Like they didn't really have that many moments in the series. And the awkward just staring at each other. Like I feel like they was baiting a ship edit right there. Just staring at each other. Somebody's gonna add some music and some sparkles or something, and they're just staring at each other the whole time. I felt kind of awkward. Like why are they staring at each other so long? I felt awkward about that. I feel that pan time.
Oh yeah, when they walked away, yeah, it felt a little awkward. I was like,
Just
okay.
Right. This is the Pomni and Ragnar scene that drew me off. Way off, okay? Oh, you gotta turn your head this way. Make it like you kiss. That's what it was. They were like spinning the camera around. Like what? Like they do it this way too. They stay right there so they get the camera. Like, hey, like why? Like why? Like how they stare each other so long? That time could have been used for something else. I do see they was going for the message. There was some epic parts. The best thing about the movie was the way they represented stuff visually, like the POV of Jax, the POV of Caine. That stuff was amazing. The music was the best part. So yeah, I get an 8.3 because of that. It could have had more pan time with stuff.
I 8 out of 10.
It could have had more pan time with stuff, but it was definitely amazing ideas. It's one of the things where it had some of the most credible ideas, but it just had a kind of it could have been handled a bit better. Caine's redemption could have been paced a little bit better. Seeing him do more good things, right?
Yeah, not just quickly like
Yeah. Yeah, because he really did them. He really did them.
He did them dirty. Torturing them or something.
With their biggest fears and insecurities. And Jax
that pissed me off to the thousandth power.
Like I have no problem with in principle of Caine getting a chance to, be human, quote unquote. But I have a problem with it being so fast. Like that storyline itself, I like, because it's wholesome, right? I get it. It's wholesome. The idea of it is wholesome. The execution wasn't the best. Another reason I can't give it a 10, and a part of me almost wants to give it like a 7.8 or something, is because of the fact that Jack's story was interesting, but this makes it more obvious.
Jack's story gave it more depth, so it was so worth it waiting for Jack's story.
But this makes it more obvious why they needed more episodes. Jax's story is great of his own, but this isn't a Jax movie. This is a last act. There wasn't enough of every single character. It was mostly Jax centric.
Yes.
And that to me is a problem.
It's a problem. That's what I said. They should have did it 2 hours. Yeah. And it needed to be because y'all wanted to throw episode 8 in it, 2 hours and 30 minutes tops. Yeah. Because if you go do this is the final episode. Right. Everybody should be able to get a piece of that pie.
Everybody, yeah.
Everybody. Not just Caine, not just Jax. Everybody should be able to get a piece of that pie.
That now I'm thinking about it more, that actually pisses me off.
Yeah.
I will actually maybe
Everybody should have got a piece of that pie to be able to tell their stories from their point of view.
You know what?
And it would have been more impactful of why everyone has the mindset that they have.
I'm sorry. It might be a 7.8.
Why do you think I just gave it an 8 out of 10?
Because
I couldn't give it an 8. Usually I would give it an 8.5, but I just gave it a straight.
Because I really hate that every character has their own interesting story. Ragged with her, oh my god, bro.
I want to see more of Kanga's story more than anything. I didn't get much out of Kanga.
Ragged's story with her mom didn't get resolved.
The only thing we know is in the real world, she cut her family off. That's the only thing we know.
Yeah, they try to shortcut their stories with being like, well, they got their stories resolved in the real world. The digital copies themselves, Ragged, the digital copy still has issues with her mom. Gangle still had
and now think about it, that's pretty messed up. Can you imagine? It's like an alternate universe. Mm-hmm. Your universe, your life ain't resolved, but somebody with your alternate
why was they so happy? Why wasn't they more distraught about that? That's the saddest thing ever. Why wouldn't they be more distraught about that? They were so happy. Like, them being happy by the end is fine.
I didn't understand that either, babe. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't say nothing, but I was like, so happy about what's going on.
Like, them being happy. Okay, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Here's the problem. Before people be like, well, it's supposed to be, like, showing that you can still enjoy life no matter what bad is going on. But here's the thing.
No, I don't agree with that at
Here's the
all.
thing. There's plot lines in the movie that in principle are good. Them being happy at the end and accepting their fate, that's fine. But it needed more build up. They needed more time. They needed more time to be sad about it. They needed more time
to grieve.
to grieve and develop that. They needed more time. Kinger needed more storyline. He needed to feel some type of guilt, some type of remorse for what happened. Yango needed more storyline. Pomni even needed more storyline. Pomni is like a character who, honestly, bro, like Pomni's probably the character. Honestly, I love Pomni. She's one of my faves, but she don't even really got no backstory. Thinking about it,
she really don't. We don't really know anything about Pomni to the very end.
Yeah.
That she's an accountant, in which I had a feeling
like low key,
she worked at corporate.
like low key, bro.
I could just tell she
Low
worked at
key,
corporate.
low key. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Low key, Pomni might be an OC, bro. Low key, Pomni might be an OC.
What's an OC?
OC is like a fan fiction character. Like, when you insert a fan fiction character into a story. Low key, she was a fan fiction character. She's a Jax fangirl fan fiction character. I can fix them, really, bro. Really.
When I heard her say that, I was like, now wait a minute, Pomni, pause.
7.8.
You cannot fit. No. When she said that, babe, that threw me off. I was like, now wait a minute, Pomni. I've heard too many women say this in my lifetime, and guess what? They never fix no man. Ever.
Shit, man. I'm fucking. The more I talk about it, I'm feeling like a 7.5, bro. That's why I said it needed more episodes. There could have been a Jack-centric episode.
It's gonna do an episode 9 and 10.
They needed at least 13. They needed everybody needed one full episode to resolve their arcs.
And you know what? My honest opinion, this is why I say episode 8, cut that out. 9 and 10. That's what I thought they was gonna do. I thought they was gonna do an episode 9 and 10 and put it into a movie. 2 hours. That's what I thought Glitch was gonna do. But you basically repeated an episode we already done seen on YouTube, and then you just give us one last episode. It should have been the last act, part 1 and part 2, just like they did with Harry Potter, Deathly Hallows, the Hunger Games, part 1 and 2, the last part. That's what they should have done. They should have did the last act, part 1, episode 9, last act, part 2, episode 10. That would have given them more time to show more all the characters' backstories and be able to pace it right. So that way we can get full satisfaction. We'll be like, okay, we know everything about the characters. We know we got everything we need. We're satisfied, regardless of what the end is going to be.
Yeah.
At least we know more about them. You see what I'm saying?
I will say though,
that's what they should have done.
Them managing to make me cry is impressive, given my thoughts on Jax. The choreography was amazing. All that stuff was amazing. So my final score will be a 7.6 to a 7.7. Nah, it's a 7.5, bro. I'm sorry.
I'll give it an 8.
I think it's.
I'm being very gracious about giving it an 8.
But it was a great movie experience. A great movie experience,
Yeah.
bro. Great movie experience. So, shout out to the circus. I love the series, regardless of slightest flaws and all that.
Yeah.
I appreciate the concepts a lot. I give it a 7.5 to a 7.6. That's my final score. The more I think about this movie, I might give it more, might give it less. Hopefully not less. But I might give it a bigger score. But as of right now, it's a 7.5 to a 7.6. She gave it an 8, so she was really kind to it.
I'm being very gracious with that. Yeah. Because, like I said,
I love Jack's story, but I don't like the way
2 hours.
I don't like the way the other characters didn't get no storyline like that. So Peace Like Strives for the next one, y'all. Stay tuned. We're thinking about getting to something. So we're thinking about getting into a series, right? Me and her. We talked about this on stream. Drum roll, please. Caine, baby.
Yeah.
We're gonna cover Arcane on this channel. I don't know how soon it's gonna be, but subscribe and stay tuned, y'all.
It's gonna be for the summer.
So we're gonna cover Arcane. So peace, like and subscribe. Stay tuned for the next one, y'all.
Bye.
Bald, my eyes.
Did a video.